Hi guys, Sunshine Squirrel here. Welcome back to my channel if you're a returning viewer, and welcome if this is your first time viewing my channel. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm a recent veterinary school graduate that loves animals and all things Disney, and in today's video I'm going to be taking you guys with me to the Whispering Canyon Cafe at Wilderness Lodge, and we're going to be doing a review. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is basically where is this restaurant and what's the best way to get there. So the Whispering Canyon Cafe is located in the Wilderness Lodge Resort. The Wilderness Lodge Resort is one of the resorts on the Seven Seas Lagoon surrounding the Magic Kingdom. So if you're staying at the Wilderness Lodge, obviously it's right where you're staying. You can walk to it. However, if you're staying at one of the resorts that's on the monorail, so the Polynesian, Grand Floridian, or Contemporary Resort, you're going to want to take the monorail to Magic Kingdom, deboard the monorail, and then go down to the docks outside of the Magic Kingdom and board the Wilderness Lodge Fort Wilderness boat. Now, the Wilderness Lodge does share a boat with Fort Wilderness, but if you're leaving from the Magic Kingdom, the Wilderness Lodge is going to be your first stop. If you're not staying on the monorail system, and if you're staying at one of the other resorts, what you're going to do is take a bus to any of the Disney parks, and then from that park, then catch a bus to the Wilderness Lodge. Now, I will say that if you're taking a bus to the Wilderness Lodge does share a bus with the Contemporary Resort. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing you could do would be to take a bus to the Magic Kingdom, and then from the Magic Kingdom, take a bus to, then from the Magic Kingdom, take the boat to the Wilderness Lodge. Of course, and then if you're not staying on Disney property, the easiest way to get there is to enter Walt Disney World, and you're going to drive toward Magic Kingdom. When you're driving towards Magic Kingdom, you're going to see a road sign that says to Magic Kingdom Resort. So you're going to take that exit. Fort Wilderness will be the first turn off of that, and then the second turn you should see a sign for the Wilderness Lodge. I'm sorry I don't have footage to show you what it looks like driving up, because when my family and I ate at this restaurant, we were staying at the Polynesian, so we just took the monorail, and then from the monorail the boat. Now I will say, when you're eating at any sort of dining at Disney and you're using Disney transportation, give yourself plenty of time. The buses run every 20 minutes, so depending upon what time you get there, you could have just missed the bus, or if there's scooters that need to be loaded, if there are electric scooters that go on the bus, it takes away seats, so you may not be able to fit on the bus, and all kinds of different things. So make sure to give yourself plenty of time, and even if you're on the monorail, make sure to give yourself time as well, because there can be delays with that too. If you're taking the boat to the Wilderness Lodge, you're going to arrive at the dock, and then from the dock, you're going to just follow that dock, and it's really just one path, and you're going to walk towards the main building. You're going to pass by the main pool as well as the kids pool and the Old Faithful geyser, and you basically just want to make your way to the main lobby of this hotel. And I will throw a little preface in here that this footage is from December 2018, so that will explain why we're wearing heavy coats and why the lobby and the balconies are decorated for Christmas. So when you enter the main lobby, you're going to pass by the Wilderness Lodge quick service option, which is the Roaring Fork, and you're going to walk down the hallway and take a right. One of the things that I love about this restaurant is that it is in the main lobby of the Wilderness Lodge, and if you've never been to the Wilderness Lodge, this lobby of this hotel is arguably one of the best out of any of the Walt Disney World resorts. There is so much detail in this lobby, and it's very open, and it has a very, very tall ceilings. It's very similar to the Animal Kingdom Lodge as far as the ceiling height. But it really is just a gorgeous lobby, and especially during Christmas time, the way they decorate it is just beautiful. Here is the main lobby. As you can see, the Wilderness Lodge has these gorgeous teepee lights, and they also during Christmas time have this huge Christmas tree. It's decorated so beautifully, and they have a Disney PhotoPass photographer that will take your picture in front of it as well. So the Whispering Canyon Cafe is a signature dining option. It is a sit-down restaurant, and the menu here is very much so supposed to be like a barbecue. Their signature item is the all-you-care-to-enjoy skillet, which includes a variety of barbecued meats as well as different side options. And they do have a regular menu that you can order the different items that are in the skillet with sides as well if you don't want that.
So if you get the all-you-care-to-enjoy skillet, you get a salad that has apple vinaigrette and then has sliced apples, tomatoes, and carrots. And then you also get a loaf of cornbread and butter. Was the butter soft or hard? And it's soft. It's the all-you-care-to-enjoy skillet. It comes with cowboy baked beans, green beans, corn, pulled pork, sausage, Yukon mashed potatoes, chicken, and then St. Louis style ribs.
So now let's review this restaurant. So starting off with the food. So I would give the food a 5 out of 5 rating. You get a ton of it if you get the all-you-care-to-enjoy skillet. You get 3 different types of meats. All of the meat was very juicy. It was tender. It definitely tasted like it was smoked or grilled. I don't know if it actually was, but it definitely tasted so. The side options I thought were pretty good as well. So this is definitely a great option if you have a big family and you want to have everyone make sure that they have enough food to eat. As well as if you are a lover of barbecue food, you really are going to like this food. I think that of all of the barbecue food that I've had at the Walt Disney World Resort, this place has the best barbecue. And if you don't want to eat the all-you-care-to-enjoy skillet, you can have normal, quote-unquote, portion-sized meals as well. I will say that all of their menu items, it comes with a ton of food. So you could just order the ribs that came in the skillet and it comes with 2 sides, or you could just order the chicken with 2 sides, but they give you a ton of food even with that as well. So whether you're getting the skillet or not, you're going to have huge portions of delicious food. So now let's talk about the atmosphere and just overall ambiance. This restaurant is very, very family friendly. The whole joke about this restaurant is that it's called the Whispering Canyon Cafe, but while you're in the restaurant, the waiters and the waitresses, they all shout and scream. It's actually pretty comical. I will warn you guys, do not ask for ketchup unless you want to be the center of attention, because if you ask for ketchup, your waiter or waitress will then tell you that you have to scream in the restaurant, "We want ketchup." And then another table who has also undergone this humiliation then has to march like 10 or 20 ketchup bottles that are sitting at their table over to your table. And then if anyone else during your dining experience needs ketchup and they shout, "We want ketchup," then you have to march the ketchup bottles over to them. So if you're more of an introverted person and you're not about getting up in front of people, do not ask for ketchup, but it is funny to watch. So the experienced diners at this restaurant know not to ask for ketchup, and they just kind of sit back and enjoy watching everyone else go through it. But this is a really, really fun family restaurant. There's never going to be a time where if your kids are talking loudly or screaming that anyone's going to be like, shh, or your child is being too loud. This restaurant is just noisy as it is. So I think any noise that your kids would make will probably just blend into the background. That being said, if you like a more quiet dining option or something that's more calmer, this probably isn't the best restaurant for you. And now let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, and that is price. So I would say for price, I would give this place a 3 out of 5, as far as 5 being the most expensive, 1 being the least expensive. It's around $60 for the all-you-can-eat skillet for each person, and it's kind of a lot of money, but I will say that it is all you can eat, and it's barbecue, so you're getting 5 different types of meat, and it's as much as you want. And you can even ask for a to-go box when you have your last skillet brought out to you, your last items brought out to you, so you could even take some back and have it for another day, which I think is a great option as well. And like I said, the food, it's a little expensive, but it is very, very good quality food. We didn't have none of the meat was undercooked or really fatty. Everything was great. Everything was delicious. You're definitely not going to be able to eat a huge amount of food, I will say, because you can only eat so much meat and potatoes before you get full. But I think overall, as when we're talking about pricing in regards to value and quality, you are definitely getting the value and the quality that you're paying for. And now when it comes to accessibility, we kind of already talked about how to get to this restaurant from the different locations on Walt Disney World property. I'm going to give this place a 4 out of 5. Whether you're staying on the monorail circuit or not on the monorail circuit at another Walt Disney World resort, it's going to take you about 2 different forms of transportation to get there. So if you're on the monorail system, you have to take the monorail and the boat. If you're staying off Disney property, you either have to take a bus and the bus and the boat, or 2 buses. So either way, it's the same equivalent. And depending upon what time of day your reservations are, the transportation may be more or less crowded. I would say maybe, like I said before, make sure you give yourself plenty of time, but if you can make reservations for this place, if you do have to take a couple of different transportation options, if you're not staying at this particular resort, maybe try to schedule your reservation time around the least crowded parts of the park hours. And finally, would I recommend this restaurant to you and your family? Yes, 5 out of 5, absolutely. I think that this is a restaurant that you definitely should try, especially, as I mentioned earlier, if you and your family do like barbecue. This is a great restaurant for the kiddos. They can be as loud as they want. It's very, very relaxed. It's in a beautiful hotel. And I really do think that this is going to be a new favorite of yours. It's become a new favorite of my family's. And I think it's one of those hidden restaurants, hidden places at Disney that a lot of people don't know about. But I think if they did know about, they would want to go here again and again and again. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me for this review. Let me know in the comments below if you've been to the Whispering Canyon Cafe and if you enjoyed it, or if you're going to go there now after watching this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like this video for more. Thanks, guys. Bye.